ain't nothing like a funky beat.
We are reviewing the STARSET album, Transmission. The
14.
Yeah, 14, right?
Yeah.
The 2014 album. I picked this album because I'm a fucking idiot. I pulled a fucking lava skin where I've listened to a few songs on this album, but I've never listened to all of it complete, start to finish. So I was like, I like a few of these songs. Let me pick this album. Yeah. God. I guess I should describe this band. I don't know shit about these people.
This is their debut album.
This is their debut album. This is their first. And, you know, I guess it's good. You know what I mean? They've got 3 million monthly listeners, so they're clearly doing something right. You know what I mean?
I mean, some of these songs fucking bang in terms of viewership, not in terms of quality. Like, the lowest song on this is 792, and that's the fucking opener that's not even a song.
Yeah.
And the biggest is 142, and that's crazy for a debut album. That's really good.
This is giving me Industry Plant vibes. When I sat down and did this is giving me Industry Plant vibes. You know, this is very okay out the gate, and it makes me nervous. But, dude, just getting some of my initial opinions of this album out of the fucking way. I think what this album does well is it has a sound it's going for, and it does that fucking sound. You know what I mean? My issue with this album is, yeah, it's so samey. It's
nothing but that sound.
Yeah, it's nothing but that shit. And, you know, I was speaking to a friend I listened to these with. I think I'm going to start deducting points for that. And it's sad to say that STARSET is going to make me do it because, like, I got to Telescope and was like, all right, I'm ready for this to switch it up. And then I realized how much of a love song, how much of that lovey, passionate song Telescope was. And then it didn't stop. And I was like fatigued at the end. I was like, damn, how much does this guy love me? You know what I mean? Like, fuck. And it took me out of it on the next few listens because I was like going into it knowing I'm about to get loved on too fucking much. And I can't handle that. I can't deal with that. How'd you guys like this album, Tanner? Let's go with you.
I suspect I'll be liking this album a bit more than you guys. I agree. All of the songs are very, like, you know, you can tell they're by the same band on the same album. Generally speaking, I thought they were all fine. I thought they were okay. They made for some easy listening, I suppose. I listened to them at the gym and at work, and I felt they worked for both those settings. So, and I wasn't like horrifically bored when I was like sitting at my computer taking notes. So I think it's just a fine album that does everything acceptably.
Yeah, I agree. Jackson?
Yeah, I also agree with Tanner. I don't think this is, like, bad. I think there's, like, one song I'm not particularly fond of, but this is a pretty consistent album for me, generally speaking. But I am, unfortunately, not crazy into this type of music, and it is, as you guys have mentioned, very samey. Like, they are very consistent with how they present themselves. You know, the vocals have some variety to them, but most of the time it's pretty similar. And there are some songs that are a little bit of like pace changes compared to the rest of the album, like, you know, Telescope or Dark on Me. But for the most part, they all have a similar energy and they kind of just blend together, which I think if you're just listening to this as like background music, it's totally fine. But sitting down and like listening to this and trying to pay attention, I listened to this album like 3 times maybe, and the first time it was totally fine. And then the second 2 times, it just like progressively got worse. And like as I was like writing my notes and updating them, I could just see my opinion of it dropping as I kept listening to it because I was like, oh my fucking god. I just feel like I'm listening to the same thing. It all just like blends together, which doesn't help too. This is another album, kind of like the Skillet album. I don't know if we listen to anything else that does this, where they basically have transitions to the following songs at the end of some of their songs, which is cool. I don't dislike that, but it does make it a little hard to like add a specific song to your playlist, because then you got some random bullshit that makes no fucking sense at the end of the song, which isn't necessarily, you know, like a downside. It's part of like the album experience, whatever. But because of that, everything just flows together so well that it, you know, it benefits it because it does make it a more immersive listening experience, but also it's a downside because the sameness just gets exacerbated so much. It just makes it really obvious, and I unfortunately do knock some decent points off because of that.
Yeah, I agree. Tanner?
Yeah, I agree with everything you're saying here. Do we want to move to favorite and least favorite songs on this album?
Yeah. Dude, I feel like maybe 6 minutes is too early for favorites and least favorites.
What the fuck else are we talking about?
I don't know. Maybe we should. Was there anything in particular in this album I can't look at the fucking picture. Was there anything in this album you guys felt like me, for example? I listened to some of this shit live, and the vocalist live, Jesus Christ. So then I go back and listen to some of the songs, and he's got a lot of editing on his voice, like a lot. So,
oh yeah, I mean, most of these songs he has in crazy auto-tune going on. I think the most blatant example of that's like Telescope, but a lot of them he's getting passed through some fucking filters.
Yeah, he's not even getting passed through some filters. His whole life exists within this template, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think there was a single song, now that I went back and listened to it, that the template isn't on. And I don't know. I know that the presentation of this band is this like intergalactic fucking woo, you know.
It makes it kind of feel like it's got like an electronic influence almost. Like it's got that airy or out in space kind of vibe, which is what they're going for. But yeah, it does feel a little bit artificial.
Yeah, and then you listen to them perform their shit live, and they're doing it all on fucking, like, they're doing it on instruments. So, and then you have the vocalist who can't do it live. He has to go through the filters. So, like, is this our first example of a fucking band that's best at a studio album?
I mean, we've just listened to that before. Like the as pained as I am to say this, the Ice or the fucking Imperial Circus Dead Decadence album we listened to, I've heard some of their performances live, and like they're not like bad, but they are certainly much better in a studio setting, and it is a little disappointing because of that. It's like some Don't Meet Your Heroes shit.
Yeah, because you mentioned this previously in one of the reviews that you don't really listen to live performances, but I really like live performances. Like, it gives me like a different feel for the presentation. I think my biggest issue is like one of my favorite bands is System of a Down, and if you've ever watched System of a Down do their shit live, it's incredible. So like I always go into it thinking like, damn, they're gonna put more effort in their live performances, and then they don't, and it makes me disappointed in the overall project.
Don't get me wrong, dude, I do like listening to live performances. If you're gonna like pick an album, you gotta, you know, link me some shit that you think are like exemplary live performances, and then I'll watch them. You know, I showed you guys that Unlucky Morpheus song, and I linked the live version of that too, and that shit goes fucking hard. They are incredible live. Like I think it's comparable to the studio version, if not even better, just because of the embellishments they put into their performances.
Yeah,
it's just, you know, I don't go out of my way to find it unless I like know that it's really good.
Yeah, but that's my problem. How do you know it's really good if you don't go out of your way to find it?
Yeah, that's fair enough.
Yeah. Tanner?
I ran out of things to say about this band.
5 minutes ago.
Yeah, 5 fucking minutes ago. Dude, man. I fucking hate I wasted this fucking pick, bro. I don't even want to put this fucking episode out.
No.
Very funny.
I don't even want to put this episode out. I'm genuine.
As I'm listening to this album too, all I'm thinking of is the fucking Skillet album. I'm not even fucking with you. Their sound is so similar, just like with their instrumental performances.
Yeah.
And the worst part about it too is
They're just
that
missing a girl.
the problem with this album is that I would be listening, I'd like have some like instrumentals playing in my head, and then I think it's from this album, but no, it's from the fucking Skillet album, and then I realized I'm playing fucking Skillet in my head and not the fucking album we're reviewing. I didn't even particularly like the Skillet album.
Me either. This band just does Skillet really well. Ah! Oh my god, yeah, dude. Let's move on to least and favorite so we can
Dude,
stop
Skillet
this
has
shit.
so many more violins, though.
Yeah, the fucking strings on that are sick. They've got some strings in this too, but they're very sparse, and they're definitely not as dynamic as the Skillet song.
No, they're trying to play with this shit.
Yeah.
I can't believe I'm saying this. Skillet has more range than Starset.
I mean, they do have like slightly different sounds. Like, I described a lot of the Skillet songs as cheesy, and I felt like these are kind of cheesy too, with the little fucking bells and the bells and the synthy noises and shit.
Some of the lyrics too.
Yeah. Like fucking
Dude,
Halo.
Nietzsche, you forgot to introduce us. I was going to do a bit about being vored by a carnivore.
Whatever, bro. Sorry you couldn't get your vor bit off. I promise you're good.
Tanner, say your board there right now, and I'll splice it into the start, and it'll make no sense.
Hey guys, I'm coming at you live from the inside of some sort of carnivore.
I am the carnivore. My name is Jackson. He's Tanner.
Yeah.
I'm going to go find an image
watched all
of
this happen
Sandy
through my
Cheeks cock for.
I watched all this happen through my telescope.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Most of these songs, my notes are forgettable.
Yeah.
And of like different degrees. Like some of them I'm like, this is forgettable. This one's forgettable, but not as egregious as the other one.
I have one note, okay? This is one of the albums I haven't written notes for, which is why I don't have much to say. But my one note for this album is, if this ranks higher than the Library of Babel, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
It's gonna rank higher than the Library of Babel. There is no doubt in my mind it will rank much higher than the Library of Babel. Maybe not much higher, but it's certainly going to rank higher.
STARSET on their first and only album on the Guapish at the Disco podcast, because I'm not fucking doing this again.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm particularly interested in listening to more of their music too. It doesn't help too that this album's an hour long. Like, I definitely feel like I started losing some steam around like the 10th song, and then like there's like 3 more.
Yeah, yeah. The crazy part was my peak, like the thing, like mine was My Demons, and then I got further down, and I was like, oh, I guess Dark on Me and Let It Die is good too, but God, I miss My Demons. And then I looked at it, and that was like 5 songs ago.
I guess I'll kick us off with the favorites and least favorites here. The lowest scored one I have on mine is Rise and Fall, but I think that's mostly just because it's the final song of this 13-song album. I'm just like fucking done, and like I'm just so tired by the time I get to that point. I just don't have fun with it. I'm sure it's totally fine. It is a little long for an ending track, especially because it has just, you know, some bullshit at the end to kind of like conclude the album. Outside of that one, I would probably say my least favorite is It Has Begun. I'm not crazy about that one. It seemed pretty forgettable to me and didn't really grab me, really. But it's not like bad, you know. It's just like a blow-up song. I don't really care about it. And unsurprisingly, my favorite song of this is My Demons. I think it's the best one. It's got some very catchy lyrics. It's got some really gripping. You know, the instrumentals are fine, but it's you know, it's got some fun. It's got a fun chorus. It's just it's a well put together song. It's just a good song. This is also the only one I actually knew of this album. It was very funny just listening to this. I had no idea what the fuck was going on, and then I get to My DM. It's like, oh shit, I've heard this before, and then it goes back to some shit I've never heard before again.
Tanner?
For my least favorite, I'm gonna go The Future Is Now. I didn't like that one, but I don't even remember it well enough, even though I wrote my notes today to even say why I didn't like it particularly. And then my favorite was actually The Point of No Return. I actually quite liked both the vocals and the instrumentation on that one. And that one's just a little bit ahead of My Demons and Carnivore for me.
Point of Return's good. It's got some interesting vocal delivery. It feels like a different song than a lot of the other ones. It definitely stands out.
My least favorite was Halo. I just didn't like it. I don't know.
That one is like mega cheesy.
Yeah, the screaming that links into the singing is just so fucking pop punk that it's so gross. Like, in my head, I can hear it over like an iCarly scene transition, if that makes sense. And I just don't want to ever be back in that place again. It frightens me. And then my favorite song was actually Telescope. I don't know. The lyrics and the way he holds sort of his delivery in the chorus. Like, I feel like if he held it where he doesn't breathe in, he just delivers it all, we would get our first Deftones moment. And I hate that that's why Telescope is my favorite.
That was a very different feeling song than the rest of them too,
Yeah,
which I can appreciate. It was a nice reprieve getting to Telescope after the first 4 songs felt a little samey to me.
This is also the first song I heard that, like, it fits narratively with the gimmick they're going for. Like, he's talking about traveling the starlinks between her eyes and how he'll travel these light years and how he loves her like a supernova. It's got this very space aesthetic that they go for. I really like it. Really like it. You know, and that was this fucking album. If you see this shit uploaded on the YouTube channel, I'm gonna fucking, I don't know, man.
What am I gonna do? Not upload it?
Yeah.
Alas, it's what the people want. This album is going to get our highest views yet.
If it does, I'm gonna fucking freak out, man. I like STARSET. I just really don't like this album. Whatever. Tanner, kick us off with our official rankings.
I decided to be a little nice to this album and give it a 6 out of 10. It probably realistically deserves a 5, but I did like more of these songs slightly above average than not.
I'm gonna knock you down a couple points. I'm at a 4. I think, like, if I average my scores, it'd be like right at a 5. Like, most of these songs are between, my range is 3 to 7, but basically all of them are like a 5 or a 6, with some like a low 3 and a couple 4s. It's fine. The sameness gets to ya. Really knocked it down. Honestly, I could see myself giving it a 3, but like, I don't know if I would put it at the same tier as a Steven Universe album for me. So yeah, it's sitting at a 4.
Yeah, I had it at a 5 originally, and then I knocked it down a point for the sameness, and then I went back and looked at the 13 track length, and I was like, fuck, bro, that feels like it should go down another point, because 13 of the same fucking songs, you could have cut some of these. Like, just looking at it, I can name 2 I would have cut off the fucking bag. Like, this should maybe be 9 songs. And if it was 9 songs, I'd leave it at a 5. But I feel like 4 is safe.
And a 4 it is, landing it at a 4.7 overall, which is, I guess, closest. Oh, it is the same rank as the normal album. It's 0.3 lower than Rise. And it's 0.4 higher than the Freddie Dredd album and the Library of Babel.
That sounds
Crazy.
About right to me.
How exciting.
I hate this fucking album.
It is, of course, now my turn to pick an album. I had mentioned this one to you guys previously before. This is the very Japanese album I had mentioned, and it is certainly very Japanese. This is the 2018 album Matori by Diao Yazong. I don't know if I could specify a genre. The fucking, like, Spotify says it's J-pop, which some of them, I guess.
The genre is Japanese.
Yeah, it's some Japanese shit. They've got, like, they got all sorts of random shit going on in this album. It's interesting. It'll certainly be more variety than STARSET, but I guess we'll find out.
Tanichi, give us an outro, please. Get us out of here.
God, goodbye. Don't watch this. Later.
Bye-bye.
Bye.